Okay. The last thing that we want to look at is the area of a triangle. There's three formulas when we're dealing with non-right angled triangles: the sine rule, the cos rule, and the area of a triangle. Now, the area of a triangle, we all know this, half the base times the height, but this relies on a right angle here. So you need some sort of right angle. You need the perpendicular height of the triangle. So the question is, how do we find the area of this triangle over here when we haven't got a right angle? We've got lots of information. We've got 10 centimeters, 12 centimeters, and this angle is 65. So there seems to be enough information. We've got more information than over here, perhaps, but we can't use this formula to find the area of the triangle. So let's look at how we find the area of the triangle. Um, because otherwise, as I'm saying here, we can't use this formula, area equals half the base times the height, because we don't have the height. So let's see how we can get around it. Can we find the height? So if we were to find the height of this triangle, we'd have to put a line down there, just like this, and that would be the height. And we probably could find that, especially if we just focus on this triangle here. So if we just focus on this triangle here that I've tried to color in, missed a little bit, but that's okay. If we were to find the height here, let's say the sine of 65 here, because this is a right angle now, because we've pushed the right angle into it, the sine of 65 equals h over 10. So we could say that the height equals 10 times sine 65. So we now know what the height is using this yellow right angle triangle here. The sine of 65 equals h opposite over hypotenuse, h over 10. Then we move the 10 up, and suddenly we've got the height. So we can put this 10 times sine 65 into this formula. And that's all I've done here. I've said, okay, we found the height. It was 10 times sine 65. And we know the base. We know the base. The base was 12. So really the area of this triangle is area equals a half times 12 times 10 times 65. And it sort of comes from this half, area equals half the base times the height. We get down to area equals a half of 12 times 10 times the sine of 65. And that is basically our formula. The area equals a half AB sine C. So in this triangle here, the area equals a half the base times the height times sine C. We can't use that because we haven't got a right angle. What we want to do is somehow use that formula that we got from here. It was a half of 10 times 12 times the sine of 65. So as long as we've got a half of one side and the other side in this included angle, we can't use this angle or this angle. We need this included angle, the angle between the 10 and the 12. That's basically what our formula is. So that's where we get this from. The area equals a half AB sine C. C must be the included angle. So if we were to look at the area of this triangle, we can use this angle here. We know this is 23 and this is 32. We don't want to use this 26. It's going to be a half of 23 times 32 times sine 60. Does it matter which order we do the 32 and the 23 in? No, doesn't matter. So here, the area is just going to be a half of 23 times 32 times sine 60. So the area equals, and we can just put that straight into our calculator, 318.7. So that's how that formula works. I won't go through another one. Hopefully that explains it a little bit for you. Thanks. And now we just have to wait for it. Yeah.